Now, at this exact moment, the very first consignment of DeLorean cars, 375 of them, is being landed in California. All of them have been sold in advance, and after final checks, they'll be delivered to their owners next week. A lot is at stake for Northern Ireland with this car. If it's a success, it could become the province's biggest employer. If it's a failure, it'll be the province's most costly misjudgment, and many would not put money on which it will prove to be. Gavin Esler has been in California to look at the car's prospects.
There are more than 100 million cars on America's roads. Every year, 10 million new automobiles are sold, and over 9 million old ones are scrapped. In cities like Los Angeles, if you can't drive, you can't go. But in the 2.5 years it has taken DeLorean to get into production in Belfast, American petrol prices have more than doubled and are still increasing. The American car market is in a state of shock. Small, economical foreign cars have seized a larger and larger slice of the market. The American automotive giants have lost heavily, $4 billion between them last year. This year, in January alone, Chrysler lost £60 million. In this climate, John DeLorean hopes to become the first American since Walter Chrysler in 1925 to create a successful mass-produced car. His luxury sports car may cost around $25,000 and run for only 22 miles on a gallon of petrol. Yet for all that, there are still some areas of economic sunshine. The most important is the state of California. British manufacturers like Lotus and Jaguar still sell in America. But if DeLorean succeeds, he will inject a new mass-produced British-built car into a lucrative market and recapture some of the glamour for Britain. Just south of Los Angeles at Manhattan Beach, Coast Chrysler Plymouth is the base for another DeLorean dealer. Cy Eagett has been in the car business for 31 years and didn't invest in DeLorean for reasons of sentiment.
It was the car. The car is what sold me. I think any name that was on there really would work. But as far as I was concerned, it was the product, not the name that I bought personally. I wasn't risking on a name, I was risking on a product, something I could touch and feel and see. I have a love affair with this car. I was fortunate enough to have on my showroom floor for a few days, the prototype, without any advertising or anything. It was the number of people we could attract by simply calling on the phone who said, "Can I leave a deposit for the car?" And we said, "No, we're not taking any more deposits." It got to such a point, I said, the only way we'll take a deposit is $5,000 cash, and don't bug me. If you'll be patient, I'll call you, don't call me. When the car's here, we'll call you.
Well, when it's a question of taking $5,000 cash deposit for a car which has not started really arriving here except for the prototypes, did you have many takers?
Absolutely. I had 18 takers as fast as you could get them. I've got at least 45 to 50 right now I could take. But I couldn't stand the phone calls. I couldn't stand the heat.
The man driving this DMC car probably knows as much about the American sports car market as anyone. He set up Mazda's operations in the United States from scratch. The Mazda RX-7 is now the second best-selling sports car in America. He's Vice President of DMC and in charge of all North American operations, Dick Brown. How important was the DeLorean name in attracting dealers to the project?
Well, I think it was a major factor, but keep in mind that a dealer, any businessman, holds a lot of people in high esteem, but the first person on that list is themselves. And so they really look at it more as a business, the viability of a business venture rather than any one person.
You're not going to back a name, in other words?
Well, certainly I'm backing the name of John DeLorean, but I think, and he certainly played a factor. I think his reputation in the industry played a significant role. On the other hand, I think that our dealers invested in the program and wanted to become a DeLorean dealer because of the business opportunity more than any one individual. Keep in mind that all dealers have their lifeblood invested in the automobile business. And here is one of the very rare and possibly the only opportunity in their lifetime that they could have to participate in the structuring and the development and the launching of a new automobile company.
The major problem for DMC now is cash flow. All the backup needed and expected is highly expensive. To make a profit, DMC has to sell at least 12,000 cars a year. Far less than Datsun, Mazda or Chevrolet's Corvette, but they are far cheaper to buy. They cost around $16,000 each. Depending on the strength of the pound, the DMC will sell at around $25,000. But there is one area of America where the climate for DeLorean has remained decidedly chilly, the financial district of New York. Wall Street was unable at the outset of the project to raise enough private capital to back DeLorean. Many bankers and financial analysts remain decidedly skeptical. From his skyscraper office in the clouds of rain above Manhattan, Harvey Heinbach, automobile analyst and vice president of the security division of brokers Merrill Lynch.
I think the odds of DeLorean being successful are less than 50-50. I think the main risk that we see is their ability to achieve the goal of 30,000 units a year. I think that goal may have been achievable at the car's original price tag, but because of the appreciation of the pound in general inflation, they're now talking a $25,000 price, which I think severely limits the potential universe of customers that would be interested in this type of car. And as an example, we would point to sales of the Porsche here in the United States last year were roughly 10,000 units, and that's for 3 different models. And this is a well-established name, selling out of basically the same number of dealerships that DeLorean will have. So to set a target of 30,000, I think this will be achievable for perhaps a year or two as you get the initial burst of enthusiasm for those that really want something unique and different. But after that initial spurt, I think I would be very concerned about the ability to sustain that type of volume level.
What kind of problems then might that cause him if he was selling less than, say, 20,000 units a year?
It would, I think, make it very difficult for him to achieve much of a profit, if any, on the investment.
By the time the cars launched in America at the beginning of May, all these shelves in the Irvine Center will be filled with spare parts. But there is one room which even DeLorean hopes will be wasted space, the room for warranty returns. If this room ever fills up with substandard returned parts, the showrooms will fill up with unsellable cars and the project will collapse. In investing so much money in DMC, the then Labour government put almost all its investment eggs in one basket. The massive publicity coverage DeLorean has been given in America, he's front-page news, and so is the car, means that if he fails, everyone will know about it. If he succeeds, the same publicity could mean more American investment in Northern Ireland.
Oh, I think that's right, yes. Certainly over here, as I said before, there's a great awareness of it. And I think when the cars come out on the road and people see them around, that will be a tremendous boost for Northern Ireland and for its image.
Back on the San Diego freeway, Northern Ireland's image seemed to go down rather well. The red Ferrari, which costs twice as much as the DMC, proved such a nuisance we stopped filming and pulled off the freeway. The Ferrari followed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I followed John DeLorean since he was still at GMC, so I just thought he was the Wonder Boy.
DMC have probably just sold another car to someone who'd never even seen the DMC-12 before. What's been marketed in America is not just a few £1,000s worth of high-performance metal. It's an image of success like that of John DeLorean himself.
John DeLorean is an image. He's a success story. He's making it on his own, the entrepreneur. Everything that appeals to the U.S. pioneer spirit, that's John DeLorean.
In the run-up to the launch, there seems to be no shortage of Americans who would like to drive a part of the DeLorean lifestyle. But after the initial enthusiasm, can they afford to buy the car in sufficient numbers to repay both the cash and the confidence so far invested in John DeLorean?
The Americans in love with success. Gavin Esler from California.